Damn it. Let's start the show over. Hang on a second. I got to fix something. Testing. All right. Well, I'm hearing some background audio from a camera that I'm using. I'm using my cell phone as my tour camera later. So, yeah, Danny probably would have let me go for a full 30 minutes before he told me. Thank you, Zero Redux, for telling me that. Gosh, that background noise is gonna bother the heck out of me. See if we can't fix it. No, speaker is muted. No, we'll try and make do. Anywho, welcome to the Quarterdeck Arcade. That's just going to really bother me. I brought my camera in. I'll bring it up here on screen. I brought my camera in as another source. And I brought it in as a invitee instead of an NDI source, so I didn't screw up my network again this week. But oh well, we'll make do. Even if I hear an echo in my ear. Anyway, again, welcome. It's been a kind of an interesting week in the home arcade business. We all got notification of the Golden Tee Deluxe announcement. Actually, it wasn't an announcement; it was a leak. So it was put on the what was it? Wayfair. It was put on Wayfair, and I'm kind of interested in that. I already have the Golden Tee XL, but I'd kind of like to downgrade to the Deluxe. So I'm considering putting my Golden Tee XL up for sale. So that's an option. I'm still pondering it. I may not do that, but we'll see. And let's see. The other thing too that I'm really interested in is the Pepsi and 7-Up USB chargers from Numbskull. I'm really excited about the Pepsi. I'm probably about as big a Pepsi fan as P-Dubs is. I've been drinking Pepsi ever since I was in single digits of age. So that kind of gives you an idea how long I've been a Pepsi fan. So I may make that purchase later today. I would like to get I'd like to get both of them because my mom was a big 7-Up fan, and my mom passed away about 13 years ago. And I kind of want to, that would be my little tribute to her. I think I've got other things that I've kept of hers, but this would be, that was one of my big memories of my mother. Always had a 7-Up with lemon juice inside of it. So I might get both the Pepsi and the 7-Up, but they're really nice looking. I've seen P-Dub's video on his that he received, and I'm really excited about it. So I haven't been excited about home arcade products in quite a while. I did buy the Mortal Kombat, but I really had no enthusiasm for that. I just wanted it because it was a great deal and it was a great looking cabinet. So, there hasn't been a cab by Arcade 1-Up that really, really super made me excited, probably until I got that Burger Time secondhand. So anyway, let's say hello to the chat. Let's see. Let's go back full screen here. I'm still getting used to Restream. So Danny's here, Cornercade. Welcome, welcome. I watched your video this morning. Well, you saw me comment on it, but very impressed. with that NFL Blitz marquee. That's definitely one of my future upgrades as well. I am also considering doing the speaker grill, the speaker grill upgrade as well, because I have several cabinets that I'd probably like to do speaker grills on. Who else is here? Zero Redux, thank you for joining. And thank you for the early warning about my microphone. Appreciate it. Let's see. Bad guy Mike Worthy is here. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. Great show yesterday, by the way. Let's see. Who else? Da, 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 da. Yeah. This comment by bad guy. That's very true. If that were announced tomorrow, I'd whip out my credit card. I don't care if it put me deep in debt. Take my money now. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to, even though I can play Robotron today, I'd rather have a cabinet that had the artwork. So my fear is they're going to come out with a smash TV cab and put Robotron on it instead. I would really love to rather see them do the Robotron art. And along those same lines, I got, and I didn't dive into this too deeply. Yesterday, as I was browsing Facebook, I stumbled across somebody who posted something about a seat on Walmart for track and field. And then there was also an image of a cabinet in that post. And so I don't know if track and field is their 80s cabinet that they're considering releasing this year or not, but that would be one that I'm excited about too. I love track and field. I love that game. I suck at it, but I love it. And I love the artwork on it. So if it's a decent looking cab, I'm definitely adding it. But yeah, that was out there in the ether yesterday, and I don't know if anybody. I mean, the stool looked kind of nice too. The other little piece of tidbit that came within the last week is the Team Encoder's Terminator 2 soft mod. I know a lot of people were excited about that. I am kind of. I kind of for a minute considered buying another T2 if I could find it cheap, and just keeping it T2 and doing the soft mod because I like to tinker. So that mod intrigued me, and I wanted to give it a try. But yeah, so I watched B Kong's video the other night. That was very good demonstration of that mod. I think B actually had his wife do a lot of it, just to prove that how easy it was to do. And I think they were very successful. A lot of times on B streams, things go wrong. And that's not necessarily bad, but as I illustrated with the GRS Buildicade, when things go wrong with me, my temper goes. So anyway, I hate it when things go wrong, but they will. We talked about the Pepsi and the 7-Up. People are starting to get their Berserk and Frenzy scale arcades from New Wave Toys. I kind of want the Berserk, but I don't have any memory or nostalgia for Frenzy. So the initial pictures that I've seen look pretty good. So hopefully folks are enjoying those. Before I go any further, I do want to say I want to pass my condolences to JC over at Tulsa Arcades. I don't know if any of you have bought projects from or parts and pieces from JC. in the past, as I have. My Tron mod back there has a lot of JC's work in it. I'm sure his wife, Michelle, packed a lot of the stuff to be shipped out that's currently on that Tron cabinet. So my condolences on the loss of Michelle. I know it's hard. My daughter lost her mother about around the same time as my mother passed away. So my first wife has been gone for 13 years. I kind of know what you're going through. My ex-wife, she was my ex when she passed away, but we still got along really good, and we co-parented our daughter, and so it's rough. And JC, between them, I think they have like 4 kids, and they're young, and so I'm sure he's hurting right now. So my condolences, and show him your support and love, and if you have a few extra coins for a particular mod that you'd like to do, check out JC and Tulsa Arcades, because I really like what he does. I especially love his riser front panel LED kits. So on those cabinets that I have risers, I like to put his lit front panel on them, and I've got it on Joust, I've got it on Tron, and I think my next one's going to be Star Wars. So yeah, throw him some love. Hey, PD7, good to see you. Welcome. Yeah, the Pepsi machine is not. I hope a lot of people get that fact, and I think P-Dubs did a pretty good job of delineating the differences between New Wave Toys and Numbskull's products. The Coke machine is a fridge. It's a lot smaller than the Numbskull, Pepsi, and 7-Up machines, but Numbskull's devices are strictly USB. Their intent is to power your existing Numbskull miniature arcades. So I don't know where I'm going to put, if I purchase it today, it'll probably go right next to my Dig Dug right here. And I'll run power to the Dig Dug from it. And it'll just be a nice little display on my desk. The Wisconsin contingent is definitely represented. And we're all, in a couple of weeks, we're all going to be at the Midwest Gaming Classic. Good morning, Thumper Squid. Good to see you. Welcome. And Zero, thanks for that. I appreciate it. I'd never in my wildest dreams would have thought that I'd ever hit 100 subscribers. I do this because I'm a geek and I like to push buttons and make things work and see what I can do. I don't do it because I think I'm a kick-ass YouTuber and probably could and deserve thousands of subs. I don't. I just have fun with this. It's a hobby, just like the arcade hobby is my hobby. So I set a little side here, as you can tell, in my arcade for streaming and video making, and so yeah. Yeah, group picture. We should get a group. Actually, that's actually a good idea. We should get a group picture of the Wisconsin contingent at the Midwest Gaming Classic. That'd be awesome. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the tour that I want to do. I started to put together a video. I shot all the content. I used DaVinci Resolve to put my videos together, and the video is together. I've got a music track on it. I just needed to record voiceover for it, and I just never got around to it. It's been sitting for like 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, I had a video together without an audio track or voice track, and I just never got around to doing it. So I thought, well, why don't we just do the show with a live tour? Probably, I might have a hard time seeing the chat, but I'll just walk around and talk about my my arcade, and I think that'll go better. And I might even start a little music underneath it. And to celebrate the fact that, and I've talked about this for the last couple of weeks because I went over 100 a couple of weeks ago, but I talked about the giveaway that I'm going to do. Some of you may like this. Some of you probably think, oh, that looks terrible. I have my opinions on it. I posted it in a earlier video on my channel. You can check it out if you want, but I'm giving away this fine Arcade 1-Up Collectorcade, Pac-Man Collectorcade. And it's only been out of the box once just for me to do a video on it. And then I put it right back in the box. So it's like new. And so I'd like to give it away today. I see I'm at 6 live viewers right now, so we'll go ahead and do it. The only thing I ask is that here, let me throw this up. Captions. So the winner, it's going to be one trivia question. And I've got a few I got like 3 trivia questions. I haven't picked one yet, but I picked 3 because I wanted to have backups in case I didn't like the one I had chosen. But I've got the questions all lined up, or it's only going to be one question. Don't worry. So the winner of that trivia the question, if you're the first one in chat with the correct answer, send me your info to the email address below. And I'll need your name and address, your full name and address, mailing address, so that I can get that out to you as soon as possible. And I do want to get it out as soon as possible. I'm home on Tuesday, so if I don't hear from the winner within 30 days, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So, but that I just threw that rule in there because I want people to, know that I'd like to get this taken care of as quickly as possible. So do me a favor, email me if you win and send me your info, and I'll get this out to you as soon as possible. The only thing I ask is that you be in the Continental. This is not in the channel description, but hopefully, and I'm pretty sure everybody will be, but Continental United States for shipping purposes. I mean, if it is international, I guess I'll see how much it's going to cost me to do, but I think it's pretty good bet that most of the people in this chat are from Wisconsin or in the continental United States. So I'll put that email address back up later when we do the giveaway. And you have to be present to win, obviously, because you have to answer the trivia question. No, you don't have to be from Wisconsin, but I'm just saying that most of the people in this chat are from Wisconsin. So it'll definitely be easier on shipping costs for me. And heck, I could even meet up with you if you're in the eastern Wisconsin area and just hand it to you. So, or give it to you at the Midwest Gaming Classic. Ooh. Let me take this away. All right, so let's talk tour. Like I said, I had a video put together and I decided to chuck it because I think it'd be easier if I just did this live, and then people rewatching the stream can get the tour. But I didn't everybody put their 2024 tours up like in January, and I'm like, I should really do one, but the arcade has changed several times between then and now. So I said, well, I'll hold off on doing the tour until everything stabilizes. Well, it's stable now. It hasn't moved. I haven't moved anything around in quite a while. So, oh, Danny, sorry, buddy. Do you want to do the giveaway now? We can do the giveaway now. Everybody in the chat, give me a 1 if you want me to do the giveaway now. Do, do, do. Well, that's Cornercade's one. All right. Well, I want to give Danny a fair shot at this. All right, trivia. Okay, I have the question. You guys ready? All right, there's 5 people watching the live stream, so I know at least 2 of you are quiet and they're just lurking. So if you want to answer this, please throw your answer in the chat. Okay, the question. Here we go. Who were the music artists behind the song Pac-Man Fever? I should have. Yeah. Who were the music artists behind the song Pac-Man Fever? Dun-dun-dun. I should have really had that song up. Of course, I probably would have gotten copyright striked by the Jeopardy people. Everybody's Googling. Oh, come on, Zero. I don't know. I damn it. This is why I didn't want to do a giveaway. Technically, I mean, if I'm going to be a nice guy, Zero had the first answer because it was spelled wrong, but I think he did that. It was spelled wrong because he typed it so fast. Zero, you got it. I'm gonna declare you the winner. Well, if you're gonna get technical, Danny, I mean, yeah, but I know what he meant by the answer. Zero, send me your information. Here's the. I'll throw it up here again. Send me your information to that email address. Well, Zero, I mean, you might want to be reserved in your excitement because this. One of the reasons I'm giving this away is because I think the product sucks. So you might want to withhold your excitement. You might like it. I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm glad I didn't continue down the Collectorcade route. All right. All right. Let me write down the winner so I don't forget. Okay, that's done. Just and these are the backup questions I had, and if you want to answer them, you can, but you don't win anything. Okay. So the first question was, what was the original name of Pac-Man? If you know that answer, go ahead, but you don't win anything. I'm telling you that right now. And then the second backup question was, what is a perfect score on the original Pac-Man? So yeah, Zero, anytime you can. I mean, like I said, within the next 30 days, if you email me, I'll get it out to you. All right, let's move on to the tour. I think my next giveaway will probably be at 1,000 subs, just so I don't have to deal with stuff. All right, so do you guys want a lighted tour, or I mean, you know, I can turn the house lights on, and I kind of do need to because I want to show you more than just the arcade, because I want to show you different aspects, some of the material I use. Links on, I intend to post links on some of the stuff that I use, like power strips and stuff like that, but they won't be there until after the show. Those of you joining late, I've already done the giveaway, just to let you know. We're moving on into the tour portion of the stream. All right, let me jump on let me switch camera views, go full screen, and do that. Yeah, I don't want to kill the audio there. So I'll leave me in the inset there, but make the camera full screen. Okay, let's give the tour. I'm going to turn all my lights on, so you get I got to switch mics too. Testing. All right, we're now on our mobile mic. I'm going to switch on all my lights. And okay. Here we go. All right, so let's go outside here. Just so you guys get an idea, I have no artwork out here. I should really put some artwork down here by this door, but this is my basement door. And you walk in, and the arcade basically hits you in the face. So this is the entrance of the arcade. Don't mind my little camera tripod, but the outside of the arcade is bordered by partitions, and I bought these partitions off Amazon just to basically provide false, because I don't have a finished basement. I can't afford to put a finished basement in right now. And but there's partitions on either side of the entrance. And I'll walk around to the side here, give you a view of the back side of it. So yes, partitions all along the peripheral section. This basement's pretty large. And so I basically took a quarter of the basement, which used to be my fitness room, and now it's my arcade. But there's the entrance, the door I just walked through. But I have partitions going all the way down to the wall of the basement. So again, I can't see the chat. So let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh yeah. Wow. So I'm doing the restream on mobile, and I can actually see chat messages. I do not have an Atari 50th. I'll give the answers to those 2 bonus trivia questions in a moment. All right. So as you walk in, you have my marquee titles, and I put these front and center in my arcade because I'm pretty proud of the artwork. Um, you know, you've all seen my video, or some of you may have not. I do have a full video out there on my T2 mod to Space Invaders. This is still currently my favorite cabinet. And so all the artwork was replaced on it, the riser, and all around the kick panel and the sides. And the marquee. All of this stuff was from Buy Stuff Arcades. I've got the 19-inch monitor replacement, and I've got their deluxe control panel. The buttons on here, the video doesn't do them justice. The buttons are beautiful on this control panel. And I've got my side arms on the side, and the pedals are actually mounted in the back. Right now I have Space Invaders actually running on the cab. If you look in the back, there's where I mounted. I did the same thing PD7 did. I mounted them on the back because they're used so infrequently. Excuse my flaky camera work. All right. So also up front, let's talk about the At Games Legends pinball. I got this cabinet. It had its regular alien skin form on it, and I like that's uglier than sin. And my girlfriend is a huge Metallica fan, so I thought, well, I'll turn it into a Metallica pinball, and that's what I did. And I just recently just recently added the control panel artwork for the At Games control panel. And to do it, I got the one that had the restricted holes, or the smaller holes. So you basically had to take the entire thing apart and then slap the artwork on and then put it back together. And yeah, I went the most difficult route, but it turned out really good. And I'm very happy with it. Oh, Danny, I told them the giveaway was over, so they all left. So one of the things I've been working on, and you can kind of see it with this laptop here. This is an HP Omen old gaming laptop, and I thought, well, I have that lying around. I'll give it a try, see if it works with OTG. And while it does work, it's underpowered, and so my flipper lag is horrible. But I do have the VIBS board installed. I did that all at the same time I did the artwork on the control panel. So I'm happy with this pinball. But if there was a decent skin that comes out for the 4K pinball, I'll probably jump on that too. But not right now. I'm pretty happy with this one. So Space Invaders and Metallica pinball. All right, let's go ahead and start over here. So down here on a kind of like a microwave stand, I have my Defender Partycade. This is one of my favorites as well. And as you can see, I have my favorite game on it running, Gorf. Love this thing. It's gorgeous. It's the only Partycade I own. Probably the only one I will own. But down below it is a Miss Pac-Man countercade. And this was my first mod. I actually put a Raspberry Pi in that thing, and I added some buttons to it. And so that was my first attempt at a mod, and it was successful. It works. I just sparingly use it. Maybe I'll make that a price for like thousands or 2000 surprise. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just yank out the guts and put them in a full-size cabinet. I don't know. But I have some trinkets, Pac-Man board game, and the one on the right actually came from Hobby Lobby. Got a lot of Hobby Lobby stuff in here. Let me take off the email address. This is live TV, folks. All right. All right. So next to the Defender Partycade is my At Games Legends Ultimate. You've all seen these. This is probably like my third or fourth arcade purchase. I do have the bit LCD, and I do have CoinOps X running on it, as you can see. And I have my favorite game on it, one of my favorites. So the At Games Legends Ultimate. And we'll kind of move from side to side here, but in the middle here is one of my most recent acquisitions, is the X-Men 4-player, which will probably be 2-player at some point, following in Danny's footsteps. I do need to get that marquee, Danny, that you got. I do love that marquee. But it's a beautiful cabinet. I like the artwork on it. And then over here, we have our NFL Blitz, which has been converted from 4-player to 2-player. Now, I used Graphics Arcades, Adrian at Graphics Arcades. Danny used 99 Lives Arcades for his 2-player control panel. I love mine. It has some issues that I dealt with, but I do love the artwork on it myself. So and everything works, so I'm pretty happy with it. And I do also need to replace the marquee on it. Next to it is one of my recent purchases as well, is the Yoga Flame. So I have, this is kind of like my fighter section here. I've got Yoga Flame, and then next to it is my most recent acquisition is the Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe. So the Yoga Flame is soft modded. It's pretty easy to do. I had a good time with it. As I said, I love to tinker. Yeah, I looked up his gimbal. He told me what gimbal he uses, and I thought it was pretty pricey. All right. So yes, Yoga Flame. I'm trying to be as steady as possible here. So stepping a little bit back, the Mortal Kombat Deluxe, I just recently picked up from Synergy for $250. This is a deluxe, new in box, not a scratch on it. $250. So yes, that was a big deal for me. I got a huge deal on this. I'm starting to play a lot more fighting games. I want to get better. I want to get better. I don't think I'll ever be good at fighting games. But just take another look at the other side, the side art of that X-Men. And while we're here, we'll just do the Pong head-to-head. I didn't put the second Pong. I've got the Pong stool over in my work area right now, but I have both Pong stools, and this is nice to sit down and Pong is one of the first arcade games I ever played. So that also tells you a bit of how old I am. So stepping back, I hope I don't make anybody sick, but hey. So here's Golden Tee 3D XL. And I have two issues. Well, the first issue I took care of. The monitor, the washed out monitor, I replaced it. But my other issue is that trackball. That trackball has issues. I think it needs to be lubricated. So I need to, at some point when I have free time, I need to take this apart, take out uh, uh, the I swear to God, I'm getting Alzheimer's. The trackball. I need to take the trackball out, and I need to lubricate everything in there to make it good. That's funny. So I do love the size of the XL, but I kind of think I'd want to step down to a deluxe. So we'll see. When the deluxe is finally really announced, and I know they're talking about $599 for the price. I might throw this up on sale for like $300 and move that money into the new deluxe, just to scale down a little bit. And then next to the Golden TXL is my Ridge Racer. This is modded. You can see it on the screen there. I did the Buy Stuff Stores mod. Love it. I love playing games on this. The only thing is, it's kind of cramped here. I hemmed and hawed about moving Ridge Racer out into the front just for more room. There's just enough room to stand there and play the game. So it's okay. And some of the other mods I did, you can see the foot pedals. I did what everybody else did. I went out to Amazon and bought those foot pedal covers and put them on. It makes it look good. I also added a Logitech 313 speaker system to really enhance the sound in this cabinet. So, love it. Then we're coming over to the Star Wars corner. So, there's an interesting backstory to this Star Wars cabinet. I bought this Star Wars cabinet back when Star Wars was a rarity. They hadn't come out with their second generation cabinet. And so it was a rare thing. You had to really hunt it down, and there was none in stores. And you're basically relying on Marketplace to have it available. Well, what's the name? There's a Finger Hut like seller out there that sells things at a huge markup. Well, I bought Star Wars for like $630 from this place, and I thought that was a great deal because it's so rare and you can't find them anywhere. And little did I know that Arcade 1-Up would re-release this cabinet, because back then I didn't, and I really wanted it. This is one of the games I have heavy nostalgia for. So I went and bought that. I made payments on it and paid it off, and so it's another one of my favorite cabinets. It's one of Arcade 1-Up's best cabinets they ever did. And I have a topper on it. I have this little Death Star LED topper that I stuck on top of it. And also, you can change colors. I just made it blue because it kind of stands out with the other. So you can kind of change the colors. I also use on my top of my Arcade 1-Ups these little shelves to put trinkets on if I want to. Star Wars corner continued. My Star Wars pinball, that is also modded. I have the pinner mod on it. And up on top, I have this from Hobby Lobby, the Star Wars light. I actually got that idea from bad guy Mike Worley. He had one on his, and so I thought, I got to do that. That looks sharp. But now, who was it? Jester Tester had a video up this week of the topper from, I don't want to get this wrong. He got a topper from, I'm not going to say because I don't know. I can't, off the top of my head. But this is my Star Wars corner, and I have my Star Wars artwork from Hobby Lobby. All four of these pieces right here came from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is a good source for retro arcade stuff. All right, so moving over to the wall, We'll start with the Atari Legacy. I do have a mod for that coin door. I do have a Retro 530 coin door, lit coin door that I'm going to throw in here eventually. And I do have Joe Szabo's marquee for this particular unit. So you can kind of see how good that marquee is. It's a simple mod to do, folks. Danny just put a video up on his NFL Blitz mod, marquee mod, and Joe Szabo does awesome work. So I love the artwork on this cabinet. The only thing I want to do, I need to do the coin door, and I'd like to do the waterfall deck mod, but I don't think he's making those anymore. I forget who did those, but last time I looked, there weren't any available. So then I'd like to add Glenn's trackball, lit trackball to this. Above this, I've got my Atari LED sign, and then I have an autograph. I have my autograph picture. This has been on my stream before. My autograph picture of actress Catherine Mary Stewart. This particular photo is from the movie Night of the Comet, and she sells her autographs for $20 on the internet. And I said, hey, you played Tempest in Night of the Comet. How about autographing a photo for me? So she personalized it and sent it to me. It's hard to read the chat on this small screen. Oh, Boofman, welcome, welcome. Sold your Tempest for the Atari 50th. Many will disagree, but I think the 50th is a much better cab. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the 50th up close, so I can't really make a judgment call on that. I will only say that I have heavy nostalgia for the Tempest artwork, so it works for me. Aside from, I did have the panel fail on me once, and I blame myself for the power surge that I created to damage that control panel, and I haven't had a problem since. So, knock on wood. Okay, the next cabinet in the lineup is my Dig Dug Legacy cabinet. Everybody knows this is basically a copy of the other Legacy cabinets in a different artwork form. Yes, I still have to fix the riser. It's backwards. So the artwork is backwards on it. So I need to swap the panels on the riser. That's a project for another day. I swapped out the monitor in this. So to reduce some of the glare, there's still some glare in it, but it looks a lot better. You can kind of see it from the side here. It looks better than it did when it was originally released with that TN monitor. I do need to do the marquee upgrade. That's probably top of my list. That's the first marquee I'm going to buy from Joe Szabo. I love Dig Dug. Dig Dug, I was actually in a national magazine. Like you folks might remember that magazine, Electronic Gaming Magazine. When they first started recording high scores, I actually made the high score list for 1 month, one whole month for Dig Dug. So a lot of nostalgia for Dig Dug, although I've forgotten everything I ever learned about it. Swing back over here. I already talked about Pong. Is my Simpsons. And I like the game. I like the bowling game. Bowling game's way too easy. Most of you know that already. This 4-player is going to become a 2-player. That's my next heavy mod is going to be modding this control panel. So I'm going to be making Simpsons a 2-player control panel, and that mod will have all the buttons for all the players, but only 2 joysticks, and the joysticks are going to be split. The wires for the joysticks are going to be split between the 2 start buttons, or no. Or the wires are going to be split between the 2 characters. So I'm going to be doing a video on that. There is a video out there on the internet that I'm going to follow to do this mod. It looks pretty simple. The only thing I'm concerned about is that trackball, because the mod exposes the trackball a little bit right here. And he did send me a new J panel for underneath there to accommodate the trackball. But we'll see how it all goes together. But I'm going to shoot a video on that because there's only one video that I've found out on YouTube that covers this 2-player control panel mod. But I'm going to do it, going to get it done, and we'll see. I'm on the fence about replacing this marquee because I don't know if I have a need to, but maybe I'll do it last. All right, I'm going to come out here and just... So next to the Dig Dug, I have Joust. Guys, this, I can't state it enough. Joust is an absolutely gorgeous cabinet. What they got wrong was that monitor. And I just replaced that monitor a few months ago, so it looks night and day better than what it did. It was making me sick was how washed out that monitor. That monitor was worse than the monitor in Dig Dug, I think. It was really bad. So I was really happy to get that replaced. I do have JC's riser panel front replacement for, and it's LED lit, so you can kind of see that. I'll bring the camera down so you can kind of see it. But it's backlit, and you can change the colors on that if you want. I just leave it at that color because it's the best for highlighting that artwork. So yeah, this is one of my favorite cabinets because I have a lot of nostalgia for Joust. And next to it is the only other XL cabinet I have is Pac-Man XL. Beautiful cabinet. If I get rid of the Golden Tee for the Golden Tee XL for the Golden Tee Deluxe, I'm probably going to keep this Pac-Man because this is a good cabinet. It's a beautiful cabinet, and it, you know, it's close to the original. So oh, my phone's going crazy. Okay, so yeah, I love that. I typically keep these games on their marquee games. Like you'll see Joust on Joust and Dig Dug on Dig Dug and Tempest on Tempest. So I only change the games when I want to play something else. I do have this little trinket from Hobby Lobby as well, the chasing LED light. Above it, I have some artwork from Hobby Lobby as well, Pac-Man. Now, don't worry, folks. I'll do a sweep of the artwork just so you get an idea. Then here we have my class of '81. Bought this on sale. Most of my cabinet purchases I try to do on sale just to save a few bucks. Because, you know, when you save a few bucks, you could turn around and use that money for another cabinet, right? Okay. But yeah, marquee on this is great. The blacks are blacks. The other colors are the other colors. I mean, it's just beautiful. And I generally keep this one on Galaga because Galaga is my, I like Galaga more than Miss Pac-Man, but my gal really loves Miss Pac-Man. So I had to get this back in. I'm waiting for Arcade 1-Up's blue skinned Miss Pac-Man Deluxe or XL, because that'll go right here and I'll move class of '81 somewhere else or sell it, one of the two. And then you all know about this little guy, Burger Time. This was my $600 purchase from West Central Wisconsin. Drove an hour to get it. Guy didn't tell me about any heavy box damage. And truthfully, I knew what I was getting because I saw the damage when I got it. It really didn't look that bad to me until I opened it up. But this is the damaged panel, and you kind of can't really tell from this viewpoint, but back here in the back, like right here, that's the area that I patched. So if I eventually sell this, I'm going to sell it at a discount because of that. Obviously, I can't sell it at its premium price. So I probably let it go for 400, maybe 300. I can be talked down, but I'm not going to sell it right now. So don't waste your breath. All right, one of my other favorite cabinets, Tron. This one is modified. I have several mods in it. I have, and I have one mod yet to go. So I'm still working on this cabinet a little. I have Tulsa Arcade's LED front panel on the riser. It's lit in blue. And then I have a kick plate art. I basically flipped the kick plate around and put the art on the blank side of the kick plate. So if I ever wanted to put the game list back, on display, which I don't know why I would, but yeah. So yeah. Sorry, I was checking something really quick. I haven't had a problem with the control. Obviously, there's a lot of talk in the arcade community about the control breaking at the base, and I haven't had that issue yet. Love this game. Have a lot of nostalgia for it. Again, one of those games that I suck at, but yeah, I still love to play it every now and then, just for nostalgia reasons. And the mod that I have to do is it's for the bezel. There's side panels for the bezel to further make it look like the arcade original. So I don't know if I'm going to do that mod yet. I need to cut down the plastic for the pieces that the gentleman sent me, and I need to see if I can make it work, because right now, as they were shipped, it doesn't work. So I do need to do a marquee replacement on this, though. So behind Dig Dug, this is probably next. Tron will be my next marquee replacement, and I believe, yeah, this is going to be a slip-on marquee. Okay, I got another microwave table here. And here you see the Marvel versus Capcom countercade. Or actually, no, yeah, Marvel Superheroes countercade. And this has the Team Encoder soft mod on it. I love it. Down here, I have two still in box New Wave Toys, Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. So Dragon's Lair is something that I still want to acquire in 3/4 form. So these two are still in box. I haven't really taken them out yet. I may even consider selling them. I don't know if I want to stick with New Wave Toys going forward. They were just something that I acquired because I got a good deal with them on Marketplace. It's actually a friend of the guy that runs Garcade. So, and that's pretty much it. There's my streaming corner. Here's my Numbskull Dig Dug. I love this little thing. I love the size and the dedication to detail that Numbskull does, just like New Wave Toys does. So I love these things. I'm going to get the Pepsi USB charger for it and put it right next to it. And so, yeah, that's the arcade. Now, upstairs, I do have one more unit. I'm not going to take you up there to show it to you, but I have an At Games Legends Mini. So a mini version of the At Games Legends Ultimate over there. So, and that's running CoinOps X as well. And I have that in my office so that on my breaks, in my lunch break, I can play arcade games pretty easily. So yeah, that's my arcade. I do have this little sign right here. I do want to get a bigger one, kind of like Cornercade has. And I've communicated with the owner of that Etsy store, but she hasn't got back to me. So she said she was pretty swamped for Christmas, which I understood. But she, I pinged her again, saying, "Hey, get back with me. I'd really like to see what you can do for me." And she hasn't been able to. Let's do an artwork sweep. You have one. There's one of my cameras. I have an LED game room sign. A lot of this stuff, this came from Amazon right here. This came from Hobby Lobby. This came from Walmart when they sold these. I don't believe they sell these anymore. These are basically, you can switch the lettering around and use whatever graphics they have included. And the backlight on it changes based, it's like any other LED light that you can buy to customize your cabinet. It comes with a lot of options for displaying the colors and stuff. There's the Pac-Man sign from Hobby Lobby. Then I got another one of those things from Walmart. I kind of want to replace this with that Etsy store LED sign. And then Dig Dug. This artwork is above the Dig Dug. And that artwork also came from Hobby Lobby. Another Walmart sign. And we're back in the Star Wars corner, and then another sign from Hobby Lobby. All the Star Wars artwork came from Hobby Lobby. Why couldn't you come to my arcade? Zero. Why is that? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So I have some more artwork over here. One of my artworks fell. I got to put it back up, but I got one of these from Hobby Lobby. Both of these are from Hobby Lobby. Got another camera, and then this was a part of my video that I had thrown together. But those of you with arcades in your basement, you know that, especially if you live in a high humidity area, you got to control the humidity. So I have a gauge constantly telling me what the temperature is and what the humidity level. Right now I'm at a crisp 38%. So as long as I'm around between 40 and 50%, I'm happy. So we're in the winter months here, so it's pretty dry. But if I didn't run a dehumidifier down here, the humidity can get up to 80%. And that would be terrible for these arcade units. All right. So just a sweep, from the back of the arcade. This is my space. We all have our spaces that we love building and going into and tinkering around with, and just enjoying the sights and the sounds. And there are times I come down here on break from work and I just sit and I listen and close my eyes, because it's all about nostalgia for me. It's all about feeling or taking me back to a time in my life that was fun and awesome, and that I wish I could revisit from time to time. So now I can, just by coming down here. Changes, what do I have coming up? This middle section is pretty crowded still. I thought I could fit 2 more in here. I probably can once I get X-Men and Simpsons down to a 2-player panel. But we'll see. I can move the pinball and the Space Invaders to the edge of the carpet, gain some more room. I kind of centered everything on there just to make it look nice. Again, the reason I brought that Metallica pinball out from the corner, it used to be in the back corner there where the fighter games are. I just wanted to showcase the art, because Buy Stuff Arcade did such a good job on that Metallica artwork. It's just amazing. So again, streaming corner. And just to talk a little bit about my streaming setup for those of you that are interested, I just use a laptop, an HP Envy laptop. I've got an external keyboard and mouse, 2 monitors added onto it. I've got the laptop plugged into a base, so that's how I'm able to use multiple monitors. And then I have my key light above, and yeah, so, and a simple desk. I got this desk off Amazon, and the nice thing about the desk is it has LED lighting underneath the shelf. So Kind of looks really cool at night. This is my basement. And you can see all the. I'm just gonna be honest. This place is trashed. I mean, there's a lot of junk in here that I could probably get rid of. I have a freezer that I don't use. So if anybody wants a freezer cheap, you can have it for $50. I don't use it, so I keep it running just to keep it running. And there's a few things in there, but I'm sure they're long since expired. All my Christmas decorations, and my primary function down here used to be Christmas decorating because I was big into decorating the outside of my house. You can kind of see in a frame down there, that's an American flag when you light it up. So yeah, I was big into Christmas and I kind of moved away from that. Over here in the center part of my basement on the other side is my work area. I had to set up a work area that I could film in. You can see the two lights there. I have a monitor there that I can look at if I need to. But I have two tables moved together, and I have various projects in different states on these two tables. I've got Glenn's GRS Buildicade that I need to finish. Here I have the latest Tron mod. These are the two panels. Yeah, there's my other Pong stool. And the Tron artwork that I got to apply to the pieces. I need to cut down this piece right here. The side of it is too long in the back, so I need to cut that down a little bit. And I need to go figure out a decent way to go about doing that. Other things I got coming up, I got Blacklight that I need to install. Haven't quite figured out how I want to put these up yet. And I have a total of 4, but I'm thinking I'm going to buy a couple more just to have 6. So other projects I have on here, I don't think the Simpsons mod is waiting over here. So I have all of my Simpsons stuff there. These clips are what I'm going to use to splice the joysticks together. So there, this guy walks through it pretty thoroughly in the video. So I'm looking forward to doing that mod, and I'm going to take my time with it really and just shoot scenes and hack them together. But anybody wants a treadmill, if you can come by my house today, you can have it for free. It works. I haven't used it in a couple of years, but I go to the gym now, so I have no need for this treadmill. And the treadmill is about 8 years old. So you get what you pay for. It's free. If you can get it out of my basement and onto your truck, you can have it. But right now, it's a resting place for various stuff. I have another TV that I could probably sell and get a few bucks for. I have my old bike trainer. I'm probably going to sell that as well. Just various basement stuff that you would find. And I throw some of my arcade projects that I'm completed over here as well. Parts for my T2 mod are thrown over here. And then this is my Christmas area where I did my Christmas projects. So you can kind of see I've got some trees over there, lit trees that I built. And I had a big computer run show, but I sold all that. And I'm strictly in the home arcade hobby now. So yeah, you could come by my house and you could fire up your FM radio station that I ran on, and you could listen to synchronized music. I was big into Lightorama stuff, if you're familiar with that company. But walking back, kind of wrap up this tour. My storage area for parts and pieces right here, right next to the work area. I have bins for various parts and pieces, USB cables, art hanging material, LED lights that I buy from Walmart for $5, buttons, joysticks, you name it, I've got a bin for it. So I just store them on these shelves. These Cornercade will know these are the 2 shelves that he told me to pull out of my arcade because they were in the arcade. And then my other shelf that I put mod kits in and parts and pieces. There's my original NFL Blitz control panel from when I went down to 2 and put the 4-player up there for storage. Because you never know when you might need a button or a wire for another project. So I hang on to that stuff. Don't know how long I will, but I've got a couple of spare arcade stools here, Pac-Man and Tron, just to declutter the arcade. And more Christmas stuff that I haven't gotten rid of yet. So that'll be a spring project for me, is to try to clean up more down here. So let's talk power. My arcade is powered by 3 outlets on separate circuits. I did an outlet test on various outlets around my arcade and figured out which circuit they were on. And that's how I lost my Atari Legacy encoder. Because I was using it as a guinea pig to determine when the outlet turned on and when it didn't by flipping breakers. Well, doing that killed my encoder on the Atari Legacy. So never doing that again. But I run extension cables from various outlets around the basement. And there's an outlet over there next to the power panel that I run from as well. So 2 different circuits. And then there's an outlet against the wall back there between Burger Time and Tron. So I have 3 outlets that I use. Now let's talk power strips. I'm going to take you behind one of my rows here. And pardon the mess. It's a wire mess. You'd think, me being a network administrator in IT, that I'd be good at cable management. Well, guess what? I suck just like everybody else. So I use, and I forget how many are on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These are 16 outlet power strips. And eventually I'll put the link to these. They're from Amazon. But I initially ordered 3 of these, but I wound up ordering a 4th for the middle section. But all of my arcades are plugged into these, connected to the extensions running from various outlets. And then I also, for power, am running powered USB hubs next to every one of these strips. So all of the LED strips that I have on the back of my cabinets, you kind of see them there. All of those, and I use USB extensions to run them to this hub, this powered hub. So that gives you an idea of what I do just to make my arcade look a little better. I'm going to walk back out here. Excuse me while I try not to knock everything off. Okay. And I'll take you behind the back wall row here, behind the golden tee as well. So again, another one of those 16 port power strips with a USB hub back there. You can kind of see it blue lit there. Those are that's my USB power strip. But that's running to another circuit. Now, off of this particular power strip, the center power strip is running. You can kind of see my cable running across the floor there, which I know is a safety hazard. But I'm the only one that really comes down here, and I know it's there. So, but it runs to my center power strip, which is right there. So this is my 4th power strip here, and it's powering all the center items. And I have the LEDs turned off that I have on these cabinets because it kind of looks terrible on video. But these all do have LED lights on the back of them. So that's my power setup. Let's see, what else could I talk about? And like I said, I'll try to accumulate all the links of everything so that you get an idea. And if you want to do what I do, use what I use, you'll have a link to go from. So that's my arcade. I'm gonna let's see. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Take myself off here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to log out of the. I don't want to end the stream. Well, I'll just do this. Da, da, da. See, I'm an amateur when it comes to restream. No, I don't want to edit the event. All right, that did it. Okay. Well, that's my tour. Any questions, comments? Let me go back, see if I didn't miss anything in the chat. Yes, home gym stuff always becomes storage space. That is very true. The difference here is I'm still using the treadmill. I'm just using it. Here, let me switch mics. I'm just using a different treadmill, the treadmill at a gym. So I assume, Zero, that you're talking about. I'm walking back through the chat, so I assume you're talking about the Simpsons mod. Yeah, there's only one guy with a video out there on doing the Simpsons 2-player control panel. So yeah, mine will be a produced video. I'm not going to do it live. I learned my lesson on that. So yeah, worst marquees. What marquee would I probably wouldn't. Simpsons I probably wouldn't mess with until very last. Burger Time needs a good marquee replacement. I'll probably do that one. I'll probably go. The order I'll probably go in is probably Dig Dug, Tron, Star Wars. No, yeah, Dig Dug. Well, Dig Dug. I'll probably do Blitz next. Tron, Burger Time. Probably gotta do X-Men because I saw Danny's X-Men video and that marquee looked beautiful. So I'm sure I'll probably change that like 5 times, that order like 5 times before I actually get anywhere with it. But I need to sit down and spend some time looking at products or actually ordering them. I have so very little time to mess around. After this show, I got to go upstairs and take care of some chores, and so we'll see if I don't get some computer time where I can actually sit down and order a couple things. I want to get something from Tulsa Arcades, probably the Star Wars LED riser panel, just to help support his business and help keep it going and growing in the face of all of the turmoil that he's going through right now. So I'll probably do that first, and then I'll probably order my Pepsi USB hub, and then I'll probably order at least one marquee from Joe Zaba, which would be the Dig Dug. So, yeah. Well, that's my show, folks. I've gone an hour and 21 minutes. I wanted to do the giveaway. Zero, congratulations again on that. Again, send me the information if you haven't already. We talked a little bit about what happened this week. in the arcade community. I don't go in depth because I'm not a news channel. I don't want to do breaking news, and I don't want to have to feel pressured to create a video when breaking news happens, because there's going to be 3 other people that do videos and they do it better than I do. So I'll gladly touch on some arcade topics of the week if anybody wants to talk about them. I'll probably close on this note. I did see the new, both my gal and I went and saw the new Ghostbusters. I actually really liked it. It was really good. The story was a little bit convoluted, but it's a good story, I think. And it was, I found it really great that they brought front and center the new Ghostbusters with the old Ghostbusters still involved in some way. And Bill Murray's screen time isn't all that much, but it's, it fills a gap. So it's good to see them all, the ones that can be there, because obviously we lost Harold Ramis. There's a nice little tribute to Ivan Reitman at the end of the film, just a short for Ivan. There is one credit scene, so stay for the end credits scene. But again, a good movie. I enjoyed it. And if you, we hadn't been to a movie in like 4 months, so that was our first movie in 4 months, and we really enjoyed it. So thank you very much, Booth Man. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you coming, and everybody hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. My subscriptions have gone up quite a bit since I went over 100, so I'm happy about that. I might get to 200 here in the next couple of months. Who knows? I'm not going to do a giveaway for 200. If anything, it'll be 500 or 1,000. So I was happy to do the one today, and I can't wait to get this going and getting it in the mail for you, Zero. So thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me for another week edition of this show, and I'll see you next week.